We've been expecting you. And hello, viewers, lads and gents, whatever you want to call yourselves, and welcome back to Talent League. And today we're going to be looking over at the semi-finals, getting quite high and quite close to the end, aren't we? And we're going to be looking at two teams, none other than Pretorian, facing off against Blue Jays, which is quite strong teams in my opinion. So before we head into that, and before Squishy gives it a bit of a analysis on what's going to be happening today, let's see what happened yesterday. Yesterday, Laburnum Gaming was going against Machine Soldiers, and sadly, they didn't do as well as thought. Machine Soldiers did actually win 2-0, with 7-3 winning on Laburnum's map being Chalet, and 7-5 on their own map as Skyscraper. And of course, today's winner will be going to facing off in the grand finals tomorrow against Machine Soldiers. So first off, just to get the big elephant out of the room. Hello, Squishy. Welcome to the stream. Thank you for joining me. And can you tell us what we will be seeing today?
Obviously, we're going to be seeing two great teams here playing Blue Jays and Pretorian. And I can't say we have a very interesting map lineup because it's extremely basic. But, with these kind of basic maps, there's always a lot of flashy plays, which is good to see. The 1vx's, which we do love to see, the good hype from all the players because, Clubhouse first, Oregon second, and for the Decider Villa, very basic maps. But with these basic maps, you can get spark and light within these players, and it can just absolute light up the battlefield, to be honest. And considering we've seen Pretorian and Blue Jays go absolutely insane, the solo plays or the team plays, there's nothing which can stop them, and there's nothing holding them back from winning this game, beating each other out because, these teams, we've always seen them, get close to fight. We've seen them once or twice fight off, but this is the proper game which you're going to need to win for the grand finals.
Yeah, I mean, this is all or nothing. There's no losers bracket here. You're either winning or losing, and right now going to the finals is their highest priority. I mean, it's on the line, but let's actually see what's going on in the match. As, of course, we're talking about basic maps, we're also going to be talking about basic bans, talking about Thatcher and Cade. They're already out of the match. We can safely assume just Finka, Valkyrie, maybe even Maverick, just the default stuff. I mean, these are the most default out of the default. This is like you can predict everything that's happened. You can probably predict a player's movement as actually Flores as well. Yeah, indeed, the utility.
So basic.
It's just on the line. It's like a casual day at school. You know what's gonna happen. You probably know you're gonna get belted by your dad after or something like that. But it's just very basic and predictable. But with that in hand, we're going on to defense. Will they risk it for the K ban, or will we be seeing something new? And of course, what did we expect? Oh, God.
Like nothing else from a classic, straight old Cade ban. It's just, Thatcher followed by Flores, now followed by Cade. Possibly a smoke, but considering Blue Jays are on the defense first, they'd want to take that smoke into play, possibly get that advantage. But yeah, it's going to be mirror. Very basic, especially on the downstairs and, kitchen, dining, meeting, hold. It is very strong. And, basic of the basic, as you said, it is like a normal day at school. Bombi will be very sad because his mirror will be going down the drain. But first round, laundry supply room, Buff Bob. We actually haven't seen kids' bedroom being the first site for a very long time.
Okay. I'm just gonna say it like this. I am a casual enjoyer of the Chanky Kang, so I feel like Smoke should be replaced by him. Although Smoke, I'm just going to say this as in general. Let's go over team comps and what their lineups are. The Thunderbird with the Smoke, it's always a good combo. But I feel like, just in case something goes wrong, the Chanka can be a bit more expandable. The shotgun is good on elbow, on short range. It's not better, but if something goes wrong, let's say they do a freeze or laundry push, I feel like the Chanka's Kang, his LMG is a lot more expandable. So are his, Shumika launches, all that type of stuff. But still, Smoke is the casual pick. You can't go really wrong with him. And then, well, of course, the Azami. Azami's always useful, good for placements, maybe even pixel peaks and stuff like that. And then the Wamai, I still think, maybe Jaeger could be a better better pick just in case, the smoke gets into a lot of trouble. But of course,
5 seconds
there's some
left before
pillar
insertion.
support from there. Now, let's actually go over to Pretorian. For a second, I saw
Attackers'
Bomb going
objective
with
is
the
to locate a
Amaru, but
bomb and
not
defuse
quite.
it.
I was crossing my fingers. I thought we were going to see a first round rush. It would be quite exciting to see one, but we're going to be going to quite a default
Oh,
loadout. It's just think for grenades and, of course, the frags, Yana for intel. Twitch is just always useful. Same with Habana and Slash. So, yeah, it just seems quite default as it is for now.
you're giving me nostalgia. As soon as you said Rush and I see Blue Jays, I mean, the amount of insane rushes we've seen, not only on Oregon, but Clubhouse as well. I mean, you will 99% see a rush from Blue Jays when they're on the attack. But obviously, Pretorian, it won't be the case. There's a mainly push will be the side they go for. C4 goes out from this side of RPT. And oh, speaking of a rush, Danny gets a bit too aggressive. And last killer managed to find his first kill of the game, actually. And I believe that last case just stands for last killer. Because I have been saying it those times, so hopefully. No, I didn't say his name wrong. I usually do say people's name wrong.
Yeah, I mean, and that's kind of a part of the caster's curse. Someone may have like a 1 and a E in their name, and the casters will say I just because, it seems like an E at the end of the day, not a 3. Whatever, pretty much at the end of the day, I mean, not even a minute has passed till this point, and Danu's already out of the match. I mean, the heat's already being brought on, although a lot of ground has been covered. They're actually very close to the prep. The defenders still have some fight to put up. They have the man
Attackers have
advantage.
located a
They don't
bomb.
really have men to just throw at the opposite team. Like, it's a 4v1, 4v3, or 4v...
Oh,
Let's just say 4v2, whatever. But this smoke, actually getting the second kill, that's going to be, of course, the one and only. And a second one onto Forever. And that's going to be a 2v5 situation. And not even a minute is left till the end of the match. Habana trying to get a reflag, but not going to be succeeding. The smoke got his meat. He got his juice, and he can now safely retreat, as Mute will be actually... The Mute, not the mistake. The Mute will be getting finished off, but not fully refragged, as the C4 comes flying in, and there it is. Coles will be alone in a Y&VX, and now Blue Jays actually have men to just throw at that person. Just go all out.
yeah, I just want to repeat that phrase. Bringing the heat is exactly what Blue Jays do. I mean, Swing's going to come out. Coles has managed to find one. I always want to say 1v4 is possible. Just I've always got to have hope. Maybe something can be pulled out the bag here for Pretorian and, Coles himself. He needs to race the clutch, but with 25 seconds left, he's lost in meeting. He doesn't really know what to do. He's going to have to push over the laundry or freezer. But I mean, Blue Jays are just taunting with him at this point. Throwing bullets out everywhere. He's going to have to go for a drop, and yep, he just falls to last killer from freezer head holes. And I mean, the first round, and Blue Jays are really set off the pace for this whole entire map on Oregon.
Oh, that was quite a hard match to go through. I mean, right there, Blue Jays did actually bring a lot of regression. While the Pretorian did try and go for a refrag every now and then, it was just shut off. It was just instantly cancelled. I mean, even the first kill, it was, of course, the Thunderbird got droned out. She instantly predicted the Finka. She just pre-fired it, and it was beautiful to watch. And that's going to be first round going over to BLUEJAYS. So let's see what
Attackers need to
Pretorian can
locate and
able to.
defuse
Let's
as
see
many
what they
bombs
can
as
do
they
better to, make up for those mistakes. And yet again, the loadouts seem to be the exact same. The one I just switched it out for the we still have, of course, a Melusi and a Ruli upstairs, always useful for rotations, all that type of stuff. But holy, I mean, the kills, of course, Pretorian right now, they were dropping like flies. It was one after another, and I mean, if they could have gotten a refrag or two, I think there would have been a bigger option. There would have been a bigger push. There could have been some potential to win, but a 1v5, 1v4 situation, especially when everything is being covered, you didn't even get to site. All you had was the upstairs. The site was
5
untouched.
seconds to insertion.
So yeah, quite a tough thing to go through, but most definitely, I mean, still no switch from the attacking side. We still have the same loadout. I mean, 6 grenades. That is just absolutely insane. I mean, verticality is a pretty big thing on Master. They can just go to kitchen, start blowing up the entire floor. They may not have a pluck, but nades are enough. I mean, the grenades will probably do suffice and do enough damage on their own, as it seems to be quite a Master push right here. A Master push, in my opinion, I'm just going to say it like this, I think it's sometimes hard to get in. You get the Master breach, but from then on, you have to wait for the attic push, the big window push. You have to wait for that trigger. As the first kill goes off, last killer gets dropped by Bombi. Some retribution destruction. I mean, last time it was Bombi getting quite destroyed, I would say. Not quite destroyed, but you know, Pretorian did go for quite a heavy blow on the against the defending side on downstairs.
Yep, and also I just want to say something. Considering that this is Pretorian's map pick, and obviously it's Clubhouse, everyone scrims. I mean, sorry, it's Oregon. Everyone scrims Oregon. It's such a basic map, so you can't really say it's a map pick. But Pretorian have chosen it for a reason, and they're gonna have to bring something special. Just a slight difference can make a massive change. And if it's one different way they push it, if it's a slight strat which they've changed to manipulate Blue Jays, they've tried to counter strat, but they've switched it up a bit. Something small is all they need, but he will say no, as forever does fall. And now 4v4 as the man count gets evened out, but Icon is low HP. He has a C4 in hand and can definitely stop that default plant if he manages to live till then. I think we'll be the man going big window, just a bit of pressure on all the sides. And you were talking about this. They might have this breach control, but they're going to have to push from all different angles to really get sight. And speaking of Icon previously, falling, he does do exactly that and just falls. So with 1 minute 5 on the clock and 3v4 now initiated in the side of Pretorian Esports, I mean, Pretorian have one more crosshair than Blue Jays, and that's one more crosshair which Blue Jays aren't able to cover. 2 smokes left as well. The smoke's already burnt out, but I mean, 59 seconds. There's a lot of time for Pretorian to work with. They're waiting. They're waiting for the call from the IGL to push in, and there goes all the smokes from RPT. I mean, he just burst them all out, and look how much time is left. Gemini will go in, and she got a bit scared, but Bombi with the triple kill onto RPT goes to the pre-5, finds the quad kill. 1v3 now, and the ace comes round from Bombi, absolutely out of nowhere. And this is what I was talking about, Pretorian. They had a slight change, and it was Bombi's frag power which made that massive difference. The second round on Oregon, Pretorian showing their dominance, and mainly Bombi.
We're not even 20 minutes in and we've already seen an ace. Sometimes an ace doesn't even happen in a full-on BO3. And then Bombi just doesn't care. I mean, he's taking it all out. He's taking the F2 to another place. It's his dream world right there. He just knew everything. He was like a Mega Man right there. Call it, well, besides the big forehead. We don't want to insult the player's looks. But, yeah. With that in hand, I mean, okay. Of course, Blue Jays right now did lose upstairs, but they want to give it a second chance. Adaptability is a lot easier when you're going on the same site. As, of course, I still would prefer going, meeting, dining, kitchen, whatever you want to call it, so you can test out what really works. As you saw downstairs, they won. Okay. Upstairs, they didn't, but maybe going another side would work out better for them. As, of course, that would give them a bit more of a chance to go downstairs, win even more. It's whatever, really, but, yeah. Let's hope we can actually see some slight change. The operator is still the same, so we don't see any type of adaptability from there, but maybe it's going to be the playstyle. Maybe it's going to be a bit more aggression. Maybe it's going to be, some different positioning. We're going to have to see, as, of course, the problem there was that smoke in the attic. He was quite secure. He could have been by the doorway. He could have been in his position watching or waiting for the run-in into the attic window. I think if he just didn't go through that rotation, that would have been a completely different outcome. Although the nasty shot on behind bunk was completely different, but yeah, of course, it's always fascinating. Actually, not fascinating, more like satisfying. You get that Twitch drone, you go into sight, and then you just destroy everything in your path. You're like, ADS is gone. It's just, crisp to see, and actually a bit of a change in strat. The smoke's actually, the mute, I believe, is playing off of the rotations right there. So in attic, he's not more secure, but he most definitely has a lot more power and a bit of a smoke support all the way from kids.
Looking like a bit of a standoff right now, as you're just waiting for Pretorian to make the first move. And I think for Blue Jays, especially last killer, they've learned that maybe you just have to sit and wait. Obviously, Blue Jays, they have enough firepower to burst through Pretorian's attack when they just rush in and absolutely smack all of them with their crosshair. But it's all about, actually, no, let me rephrase that. Once Pretorian have that under control, it's all about Blue Jays able to understand that and say, just sit back, relax, have a cup of coffee, have a sip of your tea, and just sit back and wait for Pretorian to push up the stairs, right? Wait for Pretorian to make the first move, and that's what they're doing. But I think Icon finally listens to me. He's not going to repeat again because he is very low HP, but I mean, it's completely a standoff, and all Blue Jays have to do is sit and wait. Let Pretorian have that utility gauge, because all you have to do is sit and wait. But Brudge this fall on, I think that was bunk now, but I think 4 minutes 10 left. Blue Jays, they're just going to be holding angles, but I think Pretorian, they might be able to find a hole, which Blue Jays not going to be able to cover.
Nest in position.
Yeah, I mean, most definitely, the HP and the man advantage is already there. Now, all they need is that execute. They need to get that switch. And Colt with another kill onto a thumbs. That's going to be Jaeger out of the match and back to a 5v3, almost a 5v2. Of course, Icog being very low and Rafaz finishing him off. It's going to be a 5v2 instantly. Oh, but a bit of a refrag onto the new, of course. That's not going to be lasting for too long, as that's going to be Mew joining him right there. Last kill, and not to use is going to be Lucy. Nomok being in quite a cornering situation and getting finished off by the Finka player himself. I mean, it was that switch I was talking about. In 1 second, it was nothing. The other second, 3 players on the opposite team were just gone. It was just deleted. Although a refrag did come in at the sledge, it wasn't enough. Another refrag came in from the opposite team. The smoke was left alone in kids. And that's how it finished. That's how the second round went over to Pretorian, and this is their map.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, you can't really. I mean, obviously, it's a great point, but I mean, it is their map, but like, obviously, there is a slight difference because it is Clubhouse Oregon. Everyone plays these kind of maps, like, especially Oregon, right? Obviously, it's their pick, so they have something they've chosen it for a reason, right? They didn't just play it out because they played it all the time. That's a slight difference, which makes them better than the average team, or better than Blue Jays in the situation. Obviously, it's worked out these past 2 rounds, but I mean, on Oregon, it's all about the attack, right? Because you can easily win a defense, strats or without strats, right? Not that difficult. But with Pretorian, in this case, it's all about the attack. If you win these attacks, it makes the defenses a lot more comfortable when you're in that situation. But I mean, I think Blue Jays could decide between being aggressive, taking the swings, or sitting inside. Because they were sitting inside for 1 minute 20 seconds, and they were like, oh, why isn't anyone pushing? It's really quiet. I mean, they have the Twitch drone in, they've got the Banshee, etc. But they're not pushing. So, oh, let's swing and find out. Gets instantly shut down because Pretorian are just waiting patiently. And people might say, oh, the quicker the round, the better it is. No, it doesn't matter how you get there. It matters about if you get there. And this is the kind of Pretorian which we love to see when they're on attack. They just wait patiently. And they know Blue Jays. They know they're aggressive. They know they have the confidence and the crosshair placement to absolutely annihilate. Last killer, he's feeling himself. He's already got 3 kills in that first round on this site. So why can't he do it again? But I mean, there's just one thing about Pretorian. They're just like, it's like an old person. It's like me against an old person. It's like the hare and the tortoise. It's exactly what it is.
I feel like I love how you described it, because at this point, I feel like Blue Jays are playing this like they're in a horror movie, you shouldn't go down in that scary basement that looks like you're gonna die in about 3 seconds, but they still do it, just because it's the curiosity. And it's not anything of the players. I mean, you do want to find out if there's like some ultimate preparation, because by their side, it could be like Praetorians waiting for, I don't know, 3 nades to go off at the same time, so maybe they get a double kill. They want to find out if there's something like that's happening, but, it's still, I think it's still better, like in most situations, to just be patient. You just gotta wait, because they don't have much of an advantage on you. The site was still there, you still had the utility, you still had everything put down. They had maybe, the advantage of surrounding your area, being on outside by everything, but they can't really do anything as long as you're holding your angles, being patient, all that type of stuff. And, I mean, if Blue Jays actually figure that out, that mistake, like, as soon as possible, I feel like they'll be winning a lot more, not only gunfights, they'll have a lot more advantages, refrags, just better in general. But yeah, I mean, there's already 1 minute remaining almost on this round. I thought, wow, time goes fast. But pretty much, yeah, nothing happened, not much, no kills being dropped. Smokes are starting to go slowly down. 1 more is remaining. I'm hoping he's going to save it for a bit more later. Cabana's, just doing the casual thing. As of course, let's see if Pretorian will just be waiting for that one moment. Just like everyone.
Switch choppers, it's going to be like a, barrels bunker kind of push, as we do see the meeting being focused on that E-box hatch. I think Boost goes out, questioning when they're going to jump in and if they are actually going to go for this aggressive play. And yep, the top goes in, smokes go out. The entry comes in, Forever gets down. The swing comes out from Brumbaji to finish him off. That is going to be up close, but getting instantly shot down by 2 peaks. Now the 3v3 is closed by the double in this round. That being said, Thumbs does 5 when Brumbaji finds the headshot to Rafa, finally double kill on this round. 2v3 in favor of Blue Jays. The swing comes out. Bombi gets a close gunfight, but the prone game. Coles with the triple on this round. 2v2. Bombi still at this standoff with Icon. It's all up to Icon. 1v1 situation now with Icon. Coles, he has to clutch us out with a big frag round. Time's gonna run out, and no, Coles can't make it. A close round for the Blue Jays to win it out. Pretorian Esports finally losing their streak of 2 rounds in a row, and Blue Jays fight back.
Very well played. That was the patience. They didn't just peek that hatch. They waited for the drop, and that's when it all went down. That's when history was said. I guess it's not a huge event, but it's something. I mean, kills were just dropping. Of course, Cole's with a double kill on his side. The smoke getting the down. There was two people down, two people on their legs. Of course, the Twitch did get finished off, but at the end it was a 1v1. And just because Pretorian, they took their time. It's not a bad thing, but just because of taking their time, they didn't have enough time to put in the execute, to put in the work for the kills, and that's what was the needle. That's what put the final blow there. But actually, we're gonna be seeing first time. It's gonna be meeting in kitchen, and I believe it was me and Pyro, which we constantly had bets. He was thinking everyone was gonna go dining kitchen, and I was thinking everyone was gonna go meeting kitchen, and I always won. Because meeting is just, you have a lot more control. I'll say it like that. Because with, of course, the kitchen breach, it's kind of easy to get in. You can't really hold the hallway, as there's windows, there's a lot more angles, and just the only thing you have left is verticality. But the time you drop the vertical angle, it's kind of already too late, in my opinion. Holding dining is really difficult. It's just a hard thing to do, especially with shower being taken out easily. But whatever, they picked meeting, thankfully, and yeah.
Sure, I'm just saying it is doable, but compared to meeting, it's a lot harder.
Yeah, like meeting has a lot more area, and but has a lot more security. I'll say it like that.
First kill goes out to Coles. Like, Coles is just on an absolute rampage in his past 3 rounds. He's not stopping. Hopefully, the curse went kicking and he gets instantly died. But 5 versus 4 and last killer. He falls to him. I think again. He keeps on falling one person. Pretorian. Instead of taking their time, they're going to be getting that breach straight open from T1 side. And I mean, a door's already open for Pretorian Esports. They can try and get vertical. I think that's what we're going to be right, but they actually might even go for a plant. Oaks is already in green hallway, and there's so much, land, so much territory gained by Pretorian in these first 30 seconds of the round. It's completely the Pretorian, which we haven't seen so far. But it's really close. Habana will get that cast from the long angle, but alright, this round, just looking at it as a whole, just taking a step back for a bit. From Barchi, he's the one who's on the hatch. He has to win this gunfight, or the round's basically over, because he's the only one who can stop that plant from the hatch. There's an ocean shot there, and there's no impact on the defensive side, and Rafa, he'll be getting that plant down safe and sound forever with the cover onto Thumbs. 5 versus 3 now. Now the post-plant scenario. Cover from above, Danu finds Icop. From Barchi's going to have to rotate around, go down the hatch, and RPT there to get all once more, and Rafa makes it the 1v5, forever with the Ocean Show coming out. From Barchi, he is a lost snail in a pond, but he does find Danu. He's going to come out from Osa. I think Osa just trying to draw with him, and yeah, Bombi finds from Barchi. And round goes for Tron again, and instead of the slow gameplay, which, not the slow gameplay, but the slow, the really good time execution, like taking your time, taking it really slowly, like I said previously. Blue Jays, we're really not expecting that.
Yeah, Pretorian right there, that plant and how quickly they got that breach down. It was quite nice. They didn't even check for Attic. They maybe distracted the Jaeger. They gave him that false sense of insecurity that he couldn't peek. That was Ayana upstairs. Just making sure he doesn't peek at the hatch. Just given that thermite all types of security. From tower, he's secure. Smokes, I don't think he even tried to reach him where he was. Yeah, the smokes could not even get to him. It was just that thermite right there, he was perfectly fine. Just like you mentioned, he was safe and sound, and of course scopes were going out and everyone was getting kills, but at that time the point was already down. It was too late for, of course, Blue Jays right there. And I feel like these teams are really close. Of course it was 1 round Blue Jays. Of course after that Pretorian adapted for 2 rounds and Blue Jays got another one. And now it was Pretorian, so I wouldn't be surprised if it came down to a 3-3, even overtime. I would really not be. These teams are very good at just going off of each other's weaknesses, taking that little creek you have and just executing off of it. But yeah, we're going back to dining meeting. Let's see what can be changed. They do have an Echo, which is actually quite in the later times of Siege and the seasons we are the past couple of seasons, well, Echo has been really underestimated. Not only just in ranked, casual, but also sometimes in comp. I mean, sometimes his gun is fine. We can't talk about his gun, but his ability to just deny that plant, just get stunned, get intel, is off the charts. And yeah, there it is. It gets destroyed quite quickly, and you know, while there is still one left, let's hope it's secure in sight, because if it isn't, well, that's going to be quite a lot of utility, a lot of intel just thrown down in the drain.
I mean, it's just sad to see like Echo like lose his like the invisibility.
Attackers have located a bomb.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, it was OP because when it shot, it was unveiled for a second, and that's like very realistic. But now, I mean, it's just a sack of a shield, really. Yeah, it's just a volume of depression with a shield.
Just a metal plate on wheels, or whatever covers on.
Yeah, getting carried by his team, but obviously, I mean, same kind of push. Last killer, instead of being killed first, he will kill first. That makes sense. Danny just fall. Yeah, thanks for reassuring. Oh, no, he gets instantly flagged up. Bumpy, still going insane after that. Ace finds last killer. He just finds the long angle onto the man in garage, but Thrashers will stop him from pushing in. You see that Echo drone? Get absolutely annihilated. But, I mean, 4v4, 1 minute 20 left. You have Brumbachi close, but his position is known as the drone will go straight on him. And, I mean, in this situation, BLUEJAYS don't have a lot to work with. They have one smoke left and no C4s, no impacts. All they need is a no shield there for Pretorian, and the plant will go down in seconds. Nothing they can do. But, I mean, hopefully BLUEJAYS don't allow this to happen. There's a 4-2 split on the attacker side is a downfall in this scenario. I got with a quick peek, might be able to find one, but I mean, just a bit of a standoff there. As time keeps on going quicker and quicker. 50 seconds now. Osa will go for the move in to get the shield down, but hopefully they'll stop it. Coles finds Icot with the entry. Now the burst comes in. Rafa finds Rumbachi. Plant will be soon going down as smoke grenades go flying out. 2v4. RPT and Thumbs left alive. Rafa, I think we're patiently waiting for the plant, but Thumbs will be there. We'll go rotate round. He is heard by the players. He did make a bit of noise. Swing just comes out and finds one onto Rafa. Swing's going to come out again for the breach and a 1v3 as Coles finishes off on RPT. The round falls again in a 4-2 split in favor of Pretorian on the attacker side. It was clear that there was something why they chose Clubhouse. I mean, not Clubhouse, Oregon. And I think this is the reason why. Puffer.
I think so too. I mean, to be honest, Oregon, like we've both mentioned this many times, and it's been said a million times over and over, but Oregon, okay, it is a bit more defender-sided, especially on stats and everything, but it's been played for so long that, you know, it's not really that much. It's kind of evened out, if you ask me. It's both attackers, there's both defenders. They both have their own good things. But with that in mind, getting a 4-2 on the attacking side, I mean, it is their map, and since it's been played a lot, it doesn't really matter that much, but maybe they have something close to this map. Maybe they have some sort of relation, you know, they've been practicing it extra, because, I mean, it is most commonly picked, so I wouldn't be surprised. But with that in mind, I mean, Oregon, even though a 4-2 on the attack, and then if they win 3 more on defense, which is a lot more likely, it is more likely because it's just a bit more sided. I mean, it's gonna be quite tough. But what I like to see from BLUEJAYS, oh well, never mind. I was gonna say I like the fuse, but he's gone. And are we going to see
rush?
Yeah,
it's BLUEJAYS. What do you expect, man? I mean, there's nothing nothing less you want to see from BLUEJAYs. They've got balls of steel. They do have Lamar, I think they will be going to do. I'm allowed to say balls of steel. Balls of steel.
Balls of steel, indeed.
Balls of steel, indeed. As we do see Brumbachi holding a massive steel shield in front of him.
Fair enough. That's a good one. Was that an intentional pun?
Yeah. Yeah, moving on. Obviously, I think we'll be waiting for the corners. We do see 3 members on that, you know, that pillar kind of area ready to react, and 1 will be elbow as well. Jaeger might be actually, you know, placing his EDSs down, and, you know, a bit of a late setup coming up from Pretorian. But I mean, it's just a waiting game. I'll happily sit here and wait for this. RPG of the fire out is going to come up there, and there it goes. Burst is going to come in, Flash is going to come out. Elbow is all in control of absolutely no one. As Bombi holds it down. Icon finds a kill. Coles and Rice to follow. Icon finds Coles. 3v2 now with one man down. Makes it a 1v3. Finger can boost herself, and I think this might be the round. Yep, there goes the round. Dano finishes off as Dano held that elbow with a strong shotgun in hand, and I think they predicted that rush. As soon as that one eye shot through that barricade, they saw it coming. It's depressing, really. Blue Jays, you could have had that really good opening chance. We would have got the whole entire side of your attacking side, just perfectly lined up, big hype. But no, it's completely been shut down by Pretorian, and I don't think they'll be making any small mistakes. They won't be losing to a rush with such high stakes.
Oh, they were ready for it. I mean, Blue Jays is kind of, I won't say really, like, known for rushing, but I mean, we've had a fair share of it. And while it was a good attempt, it sadly did not work out in the end, and they're going to have to switch playstyles. Pretorian is not going to be falling for such simple ways of playstyle. They're very well mannered, and they're ready for anything that comes towards them. I mean, they will stand their ground no matter what, and they did so in this last round. And this is one of my most, I guess, most mentioned topics. But if Pretorian win this round, Blue Jays will be fighting for 4 rounds in a row, all or nothing, which is, I mean, these are pretty competitive teams, but I feel like there's still some stress, still something put onto you, some sort of pressure that you need to, I guess, successfully remove. And it's going to be quite hard, so let's hope Blue Jays can actually, change up their playstyle. The rush, they tried it. We all love to see it, but it didn't work out. The spawn peak actually almost comes out, but that's going to be Ace taking his fair share of notices. And yeah, it seems like we're just going to be going for a bit of a master push, the breach, all that type of stuff. And okay, we saw a rush, but we didn't see how actually Pretorian plays, because on a rush, everyone just plays for gunfights, but we haven't actually seen if they're aggressive on defense, if they're really passive. We're going to have to see how that goes in. And maybe off of that, of course, Blue Jays can adapt. They can play a bit more aggressive if they need to, a bit more passive, whatever you want to call it. They need to start going into Classroom as, of course, it's a very split push. I mean, we have someone from Solid Tower, we have an Attic push, and we also have Master Bedroom. It's just all around. They're starting to close in on the site, and that's how you do a successful push, I guess.
Yeah, like obviously with these maps, like Oregon Basic, we said they're very Oregon and Clubhouse, they're very basic maps, and it only takes very basic, simple, really like ranked kind of takes to win these kind of maps, even in competitive, scenarios, and it completely works out if done correctly. As you said, it just slowly closes in the defenders. You can pick 1 or 2 off at a time, just slowly pinch them into a little corner. And Coles, just like a couple rounds ago, he says no, as Brumbachi falls again as he hits up with a 0.5 KD as Bombi. Oh no, Bombi's, I think he might have been heard, but I don't know if he did. Yeah, he gets heard. Icon pings it out for his teammates, and the Ace Breach will be open, and Jaeger surely gets put off at the nose, still in the corner. Icon has to find this Jaeger. The round is pretty much over. And I don't know if Jaeger's even been spotted. I don't believe he has. Oh no, Jaeger might have the power play, and he finds out Icon with a 3v5. Swing comes out. He managed to find another one as Rafa finds RPT, and it all goes downhill. Match point for Pretorian as Forever finishes off on Z Hallway. I mean, man, you can't be allowing that. He gets stuck in the corner of the Ace Breach. Come on, there's one place. You heard him there. Come on, Icox, you gotta have a bit more awareness. Icox, I love you, man, but come on. You just gotta go a little bit further, and you could have seen Bomb behind in that corner.
I mean, they were even sure the ping was there for the Jaeger, but even the breach went down, and they still left it unhanded. Jaeger comes out with a double kill, and that's the thing I'm talking about. Pretorian, they have this little switch. Whenever they decide to turn it on, they flick the switch, and everything just goes downhill for the opposite team. I mean, they just went on a 5-kill streak in a matter of, 5 seconds? Even less, maybe. They got a flawless round in under half a minute at the end of the day, and
bomb located by attackers.
Another fighting for nothing, and how the performance has been on Pretorian's map is not good. One of the rounds was a rush. I mean, I would agree with rushes if it's, really something you're into. Or it's just like you're at a huge, let's say they switch scores, it would have been 6-2 for them. That's when you can do a rush. I feel like that's very unexpected. People expect you to play really safely because you don't want to throw. So that's the right time to do a rush. But just doing it because, well, because you feel like it, well, that's how Blue Jays do it, and it almost worked out. I'll give it to him like that, but it was not quite enough, as Pretorian is going to be moving on to 6-2, and that's very good. That is extreme. The advantage of score they have right now, the amount of pressure that's being extra put on is just insane. As a spawn peak from forever, almost taking out the Yana, and even then, okay. It's just sad because it's, you know, even though he didn't take her out, look at the HP she's left with. Even with all like adrenaline surges from the Finka, she'll barely be at half.
I mean, it's just depressing. I mean, the energy is just not only drained out of me, but it seems like it's being drained out of Blue Jays. Obviously, you know, Pretorian's map pick, blah, blah, blah. It doesn't matter if that's map pick. You're still going to fight harder than ever. And it's Orion, literally. It's Orion. That's no excuse. Blue Jays. There's obviously something happening. Maybe just Pretorian is just the better team on Oregon. But everyone plays Oregon, so, I mean, maybe it's just the attack. Maybe there's a new attacking better. Maybe I'm like, I have played R6 a lot recently. Maybe there is something which I'm not seeing in the attack. Maybe it's a million times better. Maybe it's a 90% win rate. Like, God knows. But I think for this, you know, left by the other rounds, Lycock actually gets a crisp shot onto Coles, and instead of Coles killing half the team, he manages to fall first. And with 4 rounds for Blue Jays to hunt down, it will start with the same kind of push which they lost to. And this is where, you know, Pretorian, it's exactly what Pretorian did. They got the Ocean Shield, they get the safe plant. But considering Danny does have a C4, and if he manages to use it at the right time, will result in a quick round for Pretorian. But Rafa getting up close, he'll knife that shield to make sure that Osha's no use. And I mean, that's nothing what Pretorian, what Blue Jays did in their defense. And you can already see a difference. Pretorian had that breach open within 1 minute 46 seconds. I can't remember. I believe it was 1 minute 46 seconds out of breach open. That's 40 seconds later in Blue Jays side. And I mean, with now both Osha shields down, not on the breach side where Thermite has to plant or can plant. I mean, it's going to be a difficult one. You have smokes. Maybe you can do like a little CSO kind of move where you put the smoke grenade down and you plant this smoke grenade. But I mean, Puff Bob, it's looking unrealistic, especially with Bondi has that hatch control and no one's really challenging him. Above an attic, you have a bit of pressure from ICOP, but I mean, no one's really trying to take attic for themselves. But 30 seconds left. See what Blue Jays are going to do.
I mean, yeah, I actually like how Blue Jays are actually putting some reversal pressure. I mean, Icox is actually denying that Jaeger from peeking the hatch. The Jaeger peeks the hatch, he's dead. He even shows his face without a pre-fire, he's dead. And that's going to be, of course, the Thermite getting the plan down. It's a 3v5. Icox with the open, actually the second kill. A 2v5 from the side of Finka as well, Forever with another one. Joining on to a double. And that's going to be a 1v3 situation. We will be seeing a clutch one gets down. The reload's going down, no one's getting finished. It's very close, but someone's right next to the planting, and that will be Blue Jays with their 3rd round one. So it's now 6-3.
Yeah, I just want to say something. Harry said that like that Osh shield like wasn't in the plant spot. I forgot that Osh could pick it up. I thought it was like an air jab. I thought you could pick it up, but yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Cool, good stuff.
But okay, they've actually improved. You know, it's been always Pretorian putting a lot more pressure on Blue Jays, even on defense, than actually, you know, vice versa. But this was actually very strong. I mean, the Maverick didn't allow any Jaeger transport, so that's already out of control. Not given to them, but it's mostly just denying the defenders of having it. That's how defenders, you know, defend their own site from above. But denying that from them leaves the site only into control of smoke, and if those canisters go out a bit too early, you know, it's kind of too late, unless maybe a C4 comes in. A bit of a flank, which is it's a bit of a doubt. But yeah, I mean, they improved, and that's all that matters. And let's see if they can, you know, keep that flow. This is where I feel like this rhythm, the momentum is going to keep in play. Blue Jays are just going to keep it on, and then let's see if they can clutch it up while they have it, still have it. And we still haven't seen a tactical timeout, so I feel like Pretorian should have called. You know, Pretorian, they should have just cut off that momentum, just gone to the last round if possible. It would have been a lot more safe. Better safe than sorry. But yeah, let's just go back into downstairs. This is where Pretorian did get rushed. So let's actually see the first legitimate round of both teams playing how they normally play, without any rushes included. I hope. I really
Rushing is how Blue Jays normally play, everyone.
hope.
It's rare you see a normal. I did that in speech marks, by the way. Push from Blue Jays. But obviously, yeah, you know, it's good to see two teams really put their mind to the test. Pretorian trying to close it out, and Blue Jays still trying to fight. They've got 3 more rounds to hunt. If Pretorian does it, I mean, in Blue Jays' mind, surely they can do it as well. But I mean, it's easier said than done, even though Pretorian made it look easy. Blue Jays are going to have to try and prove that it is easy as well. But Pretorian, did you have this little hole? Not a lot of reinforcements upstairs. A quick rotate by Rooney, and I mean, I think Aruna, as soon as she was implemented in competitive, like the roam game she had with the fish, which can just break walls, it's been an absolute, you know, a terrorize for the attack. You know, there's always a rotate. Oh, there's not a rotating kitchen. Oh, but
Squishy,
20 seconds left. Yeah, what's up?
you're talking about a Rooney roam, you know? Just go back into time when Mozzie had a super shotty.
Oh yeah. Oh, that was even better. That gives me nostalgia when, like, I remember
yeah.
Bolo, like, specifically, there was this one clip, it was a 1v5 on Consular, and he, like, shortied and rotate, like, he showed about 4 rotates as well, like, 4, like, little holes with shorty, and obviously just straight up, like, nostalgia, but obviously, the Arena's, like, the B-Tech version.
Yeah, I guess.
It's, but
The
the
Wish
B-Tech version
version.
as well. Yeah. the
She's
Wish
the
version.
Wish version. There you go.
But speaking of her, she gets instantly shut down, pushed back to Pier and Pretorian. It's 5 man on site. You got, you know, Rafa, Coles, Forever, and yeah, you got all members. Bombi and Dana as well. I mean, this is really what it's going to be coming down to. Blue Jays, they have to keep on fighting. If they win this, they might just have to play another round against Laundry Supply Room. So with 1 minute left remaining, they're going to have to push to the, you know, push the hardest they can. You know, they're putting their utility to test, but can they put their guns to use?
Yeah, we're gonna have to see about that. I mean, it's going down in Laundry. 45 seconds on the line, and it all seems to be going quite perfectly. No kills dropped yet, and it's gonna be doing that quite soon. I mean, Blue Jays right now have to push as the defenders have all of the cross angles completely fired onto them. I mean, their passage is quite blocked, and they're gonna have to challenge that blockade if they want to get anywhere sooner than later. But actually playing it very safely and time wasting as much as can, almost takes out Barchi and actually does manage to do so. Yana is out of the match. It's a 4v5. Another kill from Finka all the way onto Coles, but will the Shaker be able to survive? He does not. That's going to be last kill on a double kill spree. A FAMAS kill with the Habana. Just combined and Canoe right now alone and afraid. A 1v3 situation. The plant goes down. It's all getting nasty. The HP advantage is not there, but the buck sends him flying, and that's where Blue Jays get to a 6-4. Now it's getting really close to that comeback, and I'm just gonna say it, I'm feeling like Pretorian really should call a tactical timeout.
I mean, they're definitely gonna have to use it at some point. Is right. I mean, wait, Trippin, is it 1 tactical timeout per map, or is it per game? Like, what is it? Trippin? Is it 1 tactical timeout per map? Yeah, it's 1 tactical timeout per map, and I think obviously, I think Blue Jays, they didn't even need a tactical timeout. Maybe they said something, you know, mid round, which just gave them a little bit of fire, which gave them a little bit of momentum to push them forward. But I think for Pretorian, like, not only do they want a tactical timeout to see how did we lose that round, what can we do to make it better, what we need to change, and it will stop Blue Jays' momentum completely, shut them down. And that's a big thing in our set. Once you find a couple of rounds, this is for any team. If you're literally silver, right, even in copper ranked, you know, if you're running that copper charm, if you win 1 round, you have the confidence, you have the momentum, you have the energy to keep on pushing forward to win the next round. You win the next round, why not as well win another, and keeps on going, keeps on adding up. And I think for Pretorian, they make a tactical timeout. If not this next round, it will shut down Blue Jays' momentum. But I mean,
5 seconds remaining.
because you don't want that tactical timeout to go down the drain.
Attackers are
Because there is only 1 per
defuse the
map.
bomb.
So you're gonna have to use it eventually.
You don't have to. You don't need to make it go to waste. I mean, it's a useful tool that you can use to shut those dominoes falling down one after another.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's just useful. I mean, you have it there. Why not use it? It's the same thing as, you know, just Mr. B's giving you money. It's like, take it. I mean, the guy's giving you free money. Why as well not? It's not like anyone else needs it. Oh, actually, I'll back off on that statement. But yeah, let's see what's happening. I'm actually enjoying this loadout on the attacking side. Buck and Sludge, both very good at vertical, while the downstairs doesn't need that much verticality. You know, you break hatches, but you don't actually play as much vertical, and having both of them is quite interesting. The Habana always just... I'm guessing Buck is for the hard breach devices in case Habana gets, you know, killed. There's always a second, just a second pick, just in case something goes wrong. Finkaniana always good to have, but I like the Goyo pick. Goyo is... I mean, if you go through that fire, I feel like if you're not a 3 armor, you're going down. You are going
Buck
down.
is good. Buck is good. Especially if you just let him utilize that hard reach charge. I mean, he can soft reach, hard reach, all by himself. And he can frag out because he's got an insane weapon. And if you want to play a bit more aggressive, you have flashes. And then, you know, just Icot really run that Buck and repping the Buck. Oh, actually finds Cole's wiggling around like a snake. I mean, ever since Cole's fragged out that last round where they lost that attack round on the last second in Elbow, he hasn't really been, you know, finding as many kills now. But I mean, forget about the previous rounds. It's all about this one and the next one. If Blue Jays win it, they will manage to go to another round and hopefully win that one out. But Pretorian, they've obviously found something that's wrong. But Lasker finds out Frevo with the nade. 6 rounds to 4 rounds. Blue Jays are going to need to find at least 2. Rafa is going to be a bit aggressive and, you know, 2 rounds to win and 2 men above them. I mean, 6 is remaining. Time keeps on ticking. You have a C4 and 2 smoke grenades left as Danu just uses one. One will be barrels. Danu will drop back straight away. The push comes in as Icock gets tagged down. Thumbs with the crossfire onto Rafa. 2v5 now. Makes it a 2v4 as Danu goes for swing. 2v3 now, but no. 1v3 is RPT. Refrags on Bombi and Rambachi to take out Danu. I mean, speaking of it being a close game, this is what I was looking at. Touch wood, because I do want to go to overtime. But I mean, this is the 4th round which Blue Jays can possibly win. It's probably going to be a different site from Launch Spiral. They have played it 2 times, I believe. No, they're going straight there again. No title timeout, but they're going there again.
Blue Jays are really getting warmed up.
Yeah, maybe they oh, let them win, or I'll let them win a couple rounds. We'll fight back now, and it's either now or never.
Yeah, I mean, they just want to extend the match, but Blue Jays are getting really close to this comeback. I mean, it's just one round away. They win this, and they're looking at themselves as quite a good reputation and background. And if they can win the whole match and even the semifinals off of today, it's going to be looking quite good. I feel like, you know, Blue Jays are those type of teams that need a bit of a warm-up. They need this startup like an engine. That's when they start working, and that the time has come now. I mean, for 2 rounds, they've won. Actually, for 3 rounds in a row, they have won. Now they need just this one more. Just this one more, and they'll be able to continue. They'll have another chance. They'll be given that second chance, the pat on the back, whatever you want to call it. But yeah,
10 seconds.
I mean, it's getting really close. But actually, you know, I don't think she's been used before, but I do like a good old Valkyrie pick. You know, very good until, you know, the C4, but we're seeing a spawn peak that was very close to working, but not quite. I mean, quite risky, but not close enough. Of course, while though, I mean, if the spawn peak works, it's fine. And if it's a safe spawn peak, yeah, well, that's when we get to the bad part. If you do die because you spawn peak, it's kind of awkward talking to a team. They're like, why did you die? Well, let me tell you a story. You know, it's kind of that awkward thing you have to tell. But yeah, it sadly didn't work. But at least the Valkyrie didn't die. It's a positive.
Well, that is a big W. Yeah, because think about something. It's a high risk, high reward. If you get the kill, oh, let's go, insane kill. If you die, F you. go drown in a hole or something. Like, it's such a big difference, and that's why, you know, if you really believe in your weapon, go take it. Take that chance, and it could work out. But if it doesn't, it doesn't. But I mean, Papa Bob, this is the round which Pretorian really want to close out now. But Blue Jays, I mean, I repeat this about 5 times. I'm like a broken record. It's all Blue Jays are keep on fighting. It's the round. Every single round they need to win. For the past rounds, they've needed to win this round. And now it's come to, if they don't win it, they've lost it. Just like these 3 rounds. If they can do it 3 times, why can't they do it a 4th, Buffer Bob? They're going to go Thatchers. 1 minute 35 left on the clock. And it's going to be up to Blue Jays. They've got nades. Think a surge going to go out. I think the drop from the hatch has been initiated. No, it hasn't been initiated. I'm left eye disabled. Hasn't been initiated, but the push up from Freezer Stairs will be, you know, will be the choice which Blue Jays are going to go for.
It's down to the last 1 minute and 50 seconds on the clock. The execute is being close to prepared, but still no kills have been dropped. I mean, a few HP down left and right has been taken off, but that's not enough. I mean, maybe ABS is getting burned, even exploded per se, but of course, there's still no kills. There's still no refract potential. Still nothing actually, you know, being very essential, you could say. I mean, this Rafa right now being very close. He keeps trying. You know, they're all trying to deny the Caesar as much as possible. The Wamai getting peeked, but actually taking out from Birchie. That's going to be forever with the opening kill of this round. Thumbs right now just sneaky, just being very cautious over in Laundry, trying to get inside himself on a bit of a refrag to even out the odds as it's going down to the last half of a minute. What will we be seeing? Another kill getting dropped. It's going to be forever. The Valkyrie MPX with another one. Will we be seeing a third? We're going to have to wait for that, ladies and gentlemen. Seconds. I mean, it's going down really quickly as another kill by Forever and another. That's going to be triple and almost a quad from Forever. A quad kill or a triple kill, and of course Rafa finishing it off with the 416 carbine. It's going to be the winning Pretorian on their own map. Quite close to a comeback. 7-5, and of course a good old Trippin, our good old manager in the background, did give us a fun fact. We'll be reading that out. Actually, we do believe that on board our Pretorian, they were playing once. They actually, just like this, they kept on picking the same site and gave a comeback to the enemy, which I don't know if it's a habit of theirs to just, you know, give the comeback and enemy a second chance. Which is, I mean, it's not the smartest idea. I won't be judging them, but it's not the smartest idea. Although they actually did, the opposite team did win because of that comeback. So, yeah, quite
I mean,
quite
if it works out, it works out. I mean, obviously, it only took 4 rounds for them to win Luigi's Supply Room for the second time on that half. But I mean, after seeing what the potential is on Clubhouse, I mean, you got Oregon to follow. After what we saw in Oregon, it's going to be very similar to what we're going to see on Clubhouse. Obviously, we've said it so many times. Pretorian Blue Jays, similar teams, we've seen them many times. And on Clubhouse and Oregon, very similar maps, very similar play style. And I mean, just looking at the lineups, I mean, we saw Coles as well. I'm just looking at the scoreboard right now. Coles, Forever, Bombi, 212 kills and 111 kills. On the side of on Blue Jays, you didn't really there was no double digits. The highest kills was Icot with 8 kills and Last Kill with 8 kills as well. And I mean, they both have similar kills, especially, you know, the bottom fraggers have the same kills on both teams, but it just shows that when Pretorian are winning rounds, they win really flawlessly, right? It's like a 3-man advantage, 4 or 5-man advantage. That's what gave them the upper hand. They had that confidence to really push through the later rounds. But I mean, 7-5 does go in favor of Pretorian Esports, and after that being said, we will be heading to a 10-minute break where we'll be seeing Clubhouse straight after you. Both teams, I mean, Pretorian, if they win this second map, Grand Finals is all theirs. See you in the next one. I'll see you after the break.
As you know, we are past a minute being gone off the clock for them. Thumb taking a lot of damage on who I would say that's good teamwork, but that's just a drop down from Critical. He finds himself a second. A third is on the board for Laburnum.
Yeah, absolutely. This would need to be a monster clutch from Blue Jays to be able to find something. And well, now it's a 1 versus 5 for Rumberchi, able to take down Hunter, so at least it's not flawless. But here we go. The goo mine is going to start chipping away at that damage and can't really stop to take it out. That's Critical claiming that, and we are tied up.
As Hunter finds the third, and Team Victim just keep running into these bullets. They keep taking these head-on gunfights in desperation of finding a trade, and it's to their downfall. But Lucan 1v5 turns into a 1v3. He finds the fuser on rear stage stairs. Can he find himself 3 more shots range towards him? As he's being pushed, finds himself a third headcan at the same time, maybe playing for a trade. But they're both in the same area, pushing him at the same time from the bottom of the stairs. They don't even push together. What the hell is going
They
on?
could find one, but make it a 2v3. Two kills we found out. Last killer and Fuse adding on to that. Icon finds one, but instantly traded back by ANJ. Left up to 1v2. The Fuser going down, but the swing comes out once more. Will find a great headshot onto ANJ, but now the swing comes out. Will find the 1v4. The quad kill from Icon. I mean,
An easy plant behind the half wall. P13 just pushing inside of piano behind the keeper barrier with Spliz inside of office. They're working a pitch here. Spliz caught in the crossfire. Now,
Oh my god!
it's putting himself on 2K. What the hell? Wait, what just happened?
No!
Okay. A lot of now, as the first kill again goes into favor, and this is why they're
Yeah, I feel like we're just playing the game. But now with grenades, you know, a triple 15,000, not only there have been grenades included, another kill onto the Kyle, and will he be able to clutch it up from the house? He goes up to the window, gets that shot on the line. Trackers King gets down, but that's quite not enough. So many players he needs to take care of. It's gonna be, of course, our lovely Dazo with the finishing blow, the Finca element.
In seconds, they can win the round. Timer's taken down. Suki gets taken down by Forever. Here comes the execute. 9 seconds. Rafa gets taken down by Denoxic. Denoxic using his shotgun to great effect. He gets 2 kills. Venoms gets another. Denoxic with a third.
so
And
we're attacking Universal defense. There's so many. I'm not surprised. I mean, thank God Jack was being pulled out in theme park. I'm actually surprised. I didn't even think about it. I was staring at it. Billy Red took the hatch. 15-second mark drops. 4v4 as Agent takes out a member and Suki and Inaki will add on to that. Now we're 1v3 now, all left up to Ito on the left hand side. Venoms and Suki finding kills. 1v2 as Ito's by 2. 1v4.
Shoot a certain head off a certain.
execute. Tsuki gets the opening pick. Bombi pushing himself into side now, trying to challenge onto the players. Tsuki gets a second for himself. Bombi now gets a kill on the discount. It's a 2v2. 10 seconds left on the board. As both the players are in, Rafa is trying to go for a plant. He stops momentarily. Bombi just has to try and cover him against 2 opponents. He has an LMG, has a lot of bullets to cover with. He gets 1, he's on a triple kill. He has to find his 4th, and he will be able to do it. And Pretorian...
I did too early, Billy falls. Ito's cracks up Denny. As all MS's players, Venom's SMG 11. This is gonna have to come in. I think he'll get some intel, swing comes out. 3 pies find Adrian down, and Venom falls as well. As a double kill from both my three esports players. Finding the round, and the 1v3 left up for discount punch. You know what I mean? I called it. Wine cellar. This is what you're expecting on an attack. It's a free attack. You've got too many breaches on the defensive side to hold, and my three esports, they push for all of them. I mean, it's a waiting game. Discount waiting to fall at one point or another. We've got the LMG there, gonna hold him down. Free fire, and he will find the head of him, and I called it already. And it looks like my three esports are on to this one.
But you look at this, Forever will find one, and that's gonna be the counter. Venoms will go down, there goes Smoke, but the Noxic will find Flow. They gonna lose those grenades, but his hammer is not gonna be much of use when they're upstairs, is it?
No, absolutely not. So, Sledge early off the board. The Noxic, he goes for a second run out. It's off, that's no more nades.
Looks like they're not paying much attention to it, but he's got this count almost getting one another as well. That's got to be Bombi who comes out unscathed. The Noxic will find Forever though. Mission right now that they don't really seem to get machine soldiers. They just like they really try to hit aggressive and hard. There you go. There's the Valkyrie. I mean, the Noxic is like his Frodo's forced kill.
Every single time somebody goes on rappel, somebody tries to get on a window somewhere, just immediately the Noxic is there and he gets the ace.
welcome back here at Talent League R6 today. As previously, we've seen Pretorian face off against Blue Jays Academy on Oregon 7-5, and Pretorian won that one. And now we're going to be seeing Clubhouse. Obviously, very similar to Oregon, but I mean, with grand finals on the line, if Pretorian win this map, it's all theirs, and they will be facing off against the Machine Soldiers on that Friday. But I mean, obviously, we've seen Blue Jays fight on Oregon. They can definitely do it again on Clubhouse, considering it is the map pick, and you know there might be some hard counter to Pretorian, especially because you know Clubhouse has played a lot and there's a lot to learn from different teams. So we'll see what we can see, but looking like a Thatcher ban, maybe Flores, you know, very basic bans.
Yeah, I mean, we're going back to the basics. I mean, it's Oregon Clubhouse Villa. You cannot get more basic than that. But when it comes to band, we're actually going to be seeing a Hibana, something not so basic, you could say. I mean, quite a strong pick, in my opinion, especially for downstairs. Hibana's always nice. And even for upstairs, you still have the garage, construction breach, all that type of stuff. But Hibana's not so new. And as soon as I mentioned that, speak of the devil, that's going to be Thatcher out of the match. We can already see the Kate, but for the second operator, I'm going to personally say it's going to be a Valkyrie. Or maybe even a, well, I was going to say a Mira, but oh, yeah, Pretorian is most definitely going to be getting rid of Kate, at least if they want. I mean, if they don't get rid of Kate, I mean, their rounds on defense are going to be really easy, but attackers are going to be quite hard to suffice. And yeah, they get rid of him. It's going to be Thatcher Cade, joined by Valkyrie and Hibana. Not so new, but also quite strong and reasonable picks. As we're going to be going first round, and it seems like we're going to be going downstairs into church. And what I always love to see is a good old bandit pick. They're not even going upstairs, and they're going bandit. Well, never
Good
mind.
bandit.
It's going to be mute. God.
Causes gas, dang it.
Pain. Absolute pain.
Oh, the pain. I don't know if you can't see Bob, but he's crying. Like,
I am.
he's
Tears
tears.
are shedding from my eyes.
Attackers need to
Like
His
a
locate
hat
and
is
defuse the
dripping
bomb.
with tears.
My hat, yes, exactly. My hat is
hat.
sad.
Your hairs are sad.
Exactly. It's really
Dripping.
emotional. guys.
Depressing. But hopefully, Pretorian and Blue Jays can spice things up, because that's what we're here to see. And maybe if there's a bit of oomph on Blue Jays' attack, because last time we saw them attack, we saw them rush first round. Yes, they didn't win it, but it gave an oomph to the attack. And I mean, obviously, we want to see a bit more of the oomph in this side on Clubhouse, because we love to see the crazy plays coming out from, you know, solo players and even the team plays. Which we see as we saw Bombi find an ace the second round. You know, I believe it was the second round. Yeah, it was the second round. I mean, it's just a crazy ace, to be honest. With the F2, you know, big nostalgia F2 ACOG vibes there. But I mean, obviously we do want to see a lot of that. But so Blue Jays looking like it'll be a bit of a vertical push. The first kill comes out. Icon finds Coles, and Coles, before he dies, will find RPT, and that's Sturbite down. It's looking like it's already GG's for this round, because Pretorian have found the main fragger. I mean, the main frag, the main potential, the main opening breach to open the door for Blue Jays to push into. It's gone. It's down the hill, and Coles, yeah. I mean, what, 2 impacts lost? Well, not that much. His place is basically down. That's his job done. Trade for trade. But the advantage which Pretorian gave from that, unbelievable.
Gotta reload.
My, I mean, it's not even been 30 seconds and 2 players are already out of the match. It's been a bit of a rush onto Garage, while though it did not seem to work in their favor. The rush was absolutely Pretorian side as the Thermite goes out. As well as Coles, you know, Coles can be traded out, but it's the Thermite, it's the rolls that are important. The roll and the power pick that's gotten out of the game is just insane. While the Buck still does have secondary breaching, which is always good to have, you know, some sort of backup in case something goes wrong, as per se, you know, Thermite right here. But that still won't work. I mean, if impacts are there, well, they're not. They're not showing the impact is not there, which does actually certify both hatches being open. Verticality is already going down, as Icox is not going to be sharing any type of tears or giving any more mercy to these players. I mean, the hard breach devices are going down, but it's going down in blue, meaning kitchen or bar is going to be left out, which is which are, in my opinion, two of the more important hatches. So it's quite interesting for the pick they went because they don't have anything else.
Attackers
Two
are
of the
located
breaching
bomb.
charges are gone, so we'll be seeing which ones are going to be used. But the push seems to be a bit more main side. It seems to be just, goes down main, dropping hatch, breaching. Actually, they take the breaching part out of my mouth. Get down. That is most definitely not going to be happening. And yeah, we're just gonna see how this all goes down.
Yeah, but I mean, you do have pressure coming from all angles. You have the blue pressure coming out from Thuns and from Barty. They're actually going to nade their blue, but I think there's an ADS. Yeah, the ADS completely shuts that down. And I mean, you have one close box. I believe that is wrapping the shotgun. Oh, the swing comes out from Thumbs, but instantly closed out by Bombi. Now, Bombi only needs to focus
Attackers bomb
on this
diffuser has
church
been dropped.
side. Push through
15 seconds
hallway,
left.
loses Icox's life, and with Mud Killer or Mud Mask Killer below B, they will be all up to it. And he does find one, but no. Bombi finds a double to clean up the round as, obviously, I think it seems that Thermite fell. The whole round went to shambles. There was no doors to be opened, as I said it. That breach, not that breach, that Thermite, it was able to get the hatches. It could have got church wall. I think that was the push was they were going for. They had that main control. They had that church wall ready to breach, but no breacher. So, yeah, it's just an early lost pick, and I think RPT's teammate will be mad at him. I think he got a bit too aggressive. I believe it was a garage where he lost his life.
Yes. I mean, Pretorian hit harder than Johnny Depp's lawsuit right there. It was very strong. I mean,
Attackers
the
need to
amount of
locate and
pressure
defuse
that
as
was
many
on
bombs
because
as
of
they can.
Thermite being taken out and all that type of stuff, it just kept on happening. That's the switch I keep on talking about. They flipped the switch. Buck is out, Sludge is out, Yana gets finished. Thermite at the start as well. That switch, they could have breached into church. They could have breached into pretty much anywhere. Blue, call it dirt, call it just even more hatches being open in general. The amount of potential Hardbreacher has, it may not be Hibana, but Thermite on his own should be enough, right? They're bringing of course, a Maverick, because this is going to be CC. Maverick right here is extremely essential.
seconds to
But
go.
if he gets taken out, well, then damn me, there's going to be no bridge. Maybe
5
the
seconds
carriage
remaining.
is going to be locked out, but yeah. Right now, Blue Jays need to not only
Attackers
focus
must locate
on
and defuse the bomb.
restoring that pressure they kept on in the previous rounds as they kept the momentum for the clutch, which didn't happen, but they have to keep it here. They also have to make sure their priorities, their roles are safe. It's not like you should send a Maverick or a Thermite both in to just rush at first. You have
There's
to
what-
save at least one of them.
There's a reason why the first entry and second entries are wrong. First entry goes in first, second entry goes in second. Then the flex, then the soft, then the hard.
Wise one. This one's the wise.
Big brain. The Thermite there, you're like, oh, why is it there? Well, it's because of that mute jammer, and I mean, considering that mute jammer got massive degrade, massive nerf to its mute jammer like radius. Obviously, that mute jammer did nothing to that Thermite to get that breach open. Bit of an impact trick coming up from Coles on that ladder breach, but I mean, for now, Blue Jays, all they're focused on is taking CC control one at a time. It's going to go CC, cash, construction, and then really onto site master or office, depends where you prefer to go to. But with Last Killer being second entry, being second in, see that? Thumbs was first in, then it was Last Killer. See how all this is working out? This is how roles work.
It's better.
From Barchi, he's going in. He's like a little line. Everyone's waiting for that ice cream at the ice cream van. And yes, I related to ice cream
Attackers have located a bomb.
because that's the last thing I had. So yeah,
What taste? What taste?
huh?
Which ice cream?
It was a classic vanilla with strawberries
Yes.
and meringue.
I respect vanilla eaters just because they're absolutely epic. But
Yes, PogChamp, guys.
what I also respect is that Pretorian's not bringing a castle. I mean, castle on
yeah.
Jin is so good. It's just one of the best things you can't go
no.
wrong with. It's like a sludge. But not bringing it. Mass respect as the new
bomb
gets
has been
taken out.
located.
Cole joining him. A C4 gets brought on to good old Last Killer, but a double kill from the side of Blue Jays and the finishing touch of the Thermite right there. Wow. That all went down quickly. We were talking about ice cream. These guys were killing people. This changed real quick. I mean, look how the tables have turned, or the turns have tabled, whatever you really wanna. But holy, that's gonna be the first round going over to Blue Jays and is back to how it was previously. It was one and then 1. And if Blue Jays win again, it's going to be kind of looking to going in the same direction. But yeah,
I think
Attackers need to
it's just a
locate
bit
and
of
defuse
sorry,
as
just
many
cut you off
bombs as
because
they can.
I'll forget otherwise. I think just how I said that castle, you know, speaking of that castle, as soon as you point that castle, you had 2 members of Blue, I believe it was 2, one on Jim and one on Master, and it's such annoying. It completes every kind of rotation outside. You're stuck in a corner, and Blue Jays, you saw that nade go through. He couldn't go through the rotate because the guy on Jim and the feet hole, you know, the long angle through. I mean, he was stuck there. But I mean, man. Blue Jays just had a better attack and Pretorian weren't as prepared for it as they will go there again. But yeah, carry on, Papa. I just
10 seconds remaining.
yeah, I mean, of course, it's better to point out than forget. That's a reasonable
5
point.
seconds
Yeah,
to go.
Castle's just, I feel like he's one of the best things, you know,
Attackers are moving out.
on
Locate a
Jim
bomb.
It saves you, it
Reinforcing
can
wall.
give you a lot of protection, and even then, it gives you a lot more advantage and availability in gunplay. You don't need to watch out for windows, you don't need to watch out for bad and bad and all that type of stuff. So it's just always like good. Good, like, it's like a finger boot, you know? It's not really like a finger boot. You know what I mean? It's good, but not like not neat to not have in your life.
It just
But
makes makes something easier. Like you don't have to worry about the window.
yeah, I'm overcomplicating things way too much. So let's just continue on. As you know, it's interesting to see Danu actually be running an alibi for World. We haven't been seeing a Vigil a lot because he's just, you know, the Vigil doesn't bring much utility. Although he's great for wasting time, it's
No, not on the map like that.
yeah, it's not usually the best. But the first kill on me, the SMG-11, you know, I want to see an SMG-11 kill that's on a really long range. I'm just gonna say it like that. It's a nice one tap.
Yeah, you know, you do that. I mean, you can only get one tap with the SMG-11 because it's like a high fire weapon. I mean, maybe like a one tap, but you fire 2 bullets, so it makes
Bomb
the, you know, if you
located
clip
by
it,
attackers.
it's a lot less.
Yeah.
But obviously, Bombi, you know, obviously his performance on Oregon, we're not failing. Well, he's not failing to carry that onto Clubhouse. He's already on 4 kills and only 1 death. And I mean,
Cuba deployed.
I mean,
A bomb has been
if he
located.
keep, I mean, it's been 2 rounds. That's an average of 2 kills per round. If he keeps on getting these 2 for 1s, you know, or these even 2 for 0s, you know, just finding 2 kills per round, it adds up. It really does. And you know, 2 kills. It can be 2 fraggers, or it can be 2 hard ports, or 2 like support players. But either way, it's a lot of damage. Frags can go out to try and get those ADSs, but I don't think anything will really connect us. 55 seconds will hit the clock. Danny gets caught out in office. Oh, sorry, logistics, sorry. And logistics. Thumbs will be on the stairs. Coles gets tagged 50 HP, but Icoc's nade catches onto him. Swing's gonna come up, gets down, does the double kill with Forever with the shotgun. Finds both of those players, RPT and Thumbs, and Last Killer. Just falls to that C4, Icoc in the 1v4, finds out Forever. Bit late to that one, but now the 1v3. Bobby and Danny, very low spring, very winnable for Icoc in this situation. Swing's gonna come up from Rafa. He's down to 1. 1v2 now, Chip on the line. Ace to win this one out, but the crossfire from Bombi and his teammate will catch Icoc out. And I mean, it was looking realistic. They were both low HP, but that crossfire was well played out, well thought of. And I don't think Blue Jays should have switched everything up from the first one. They should have gone CC, they should have gone Cash, and they should have just gone from there.
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, Bobby's going to continue his streak of just killing everyone because he can. And of course, with that in hand, it's going to be 2-1. And going on to round 4, Pretorian right now should be at least, or just should in general for their favor, you know, should have the better score at the end of before the roll swap. You know, they should have a 4-2.
Attackers need
A
to locate
3-3
and
is still
defuse as many
fine,
bombs as they
but
can.
it's just better if you're on the, you know, preferable offering favorite side, if you just have the score advantage, because that can work in your favor at the end of the day. But yeah, we're going to be going downstairs, and let's hope that Thermite doesn't get taken out as quickly as it did before. I mean, Coles could still use those impacts before he died for impact tracking, which would have been really useful, because Buck maybe couldn't. I mean, Buck would. I don't know what Buck was assuming, but I'm thinking that Buck was probably thinking that he couldn't open the kitchen hatch because of
10
maybe a
seconds remaining.
C4 impact tricking. You know, he'd rather use it on bar hatch where he has a
5 seconds
certainty.
to
He's
insertion.
100% sure that he can open it and push on from there. But with Kitchen,
Attackers must
he doesn't
locate and
really know
defuse
what
the
the other
bomb.
team has to offer. So yeah, quite a split push we actually see. They're going from all three sides, and they're going to start closing in just like before. And Pretorian will have to play off of it. And yeah, let's see how strongly they do it. They've been doing it quite good in the past few rounds, even with the previous match. But they're going to have to keep the streak up if they want to get anywhere. I mean, Cole's right now being back in danger just like before. Will he be the first pick just like in the first round? I'm going to have to see soon enough, as of course, a lot of, you know, actually he's going to be back, so that may not be such a high chance anymore as it was before. But yeah, we're going to, I feel like Blue Jays may have a bit of an execute that's a bit too late. That's how I feel like or see off of it.
When Pretorian do that, actually, it's heavy frag. You know, they burst within a second. They get the call. Agile. 3, 2, 1, boom. They're spread out all the way. It's like kills, bullets, they're firing everywhere. And Blue Jays, when they do actually, it's a bit softer. Maybe a flash or two. You know, they go in like they line themselves up. But maybe they're just gonna have to switch things up. Because I think maybe miscoordination. Maybe, you know, obviously on Oregon, there was only a couple times where they really got the time to do a full execute. But when Pretorian do it, they do it 100%. Blue Jays, maybe not so much, but obviously we only saw 2 executes from them, and could have been miscoordination throughout the rounds. And we have seen them absolutely power through the defense. Even if it was an execute, even if this is early round gameplay, they can just burst through the defense. And I mean, with 1 minute 15 on the clock, still a 5v5. Pretorian waiting for Blue Jays to make that first move, as we still haven't seen Icon get any hatches until obviously now with the hard breaching charges. And considering there is 1 minute left on clock, could be a bit late to it, as there is still a member blue. And that's what lost Blue Jays this last second round. RPT is going to be waiting to get that church word, and I think they're going to clear that hallway so we can go for it. Then he's going to cross maybe smoke hallway. No, he'll go straight for it. As all he needs to worry about is that C4. C4's going to go up, but nothing connects to it. Thumbs. Still on this opposite side of the map, ready to push in when their execute goes in. 40 seconds remaining. They have the opening for plant, the swing for the hallway. No one covers. Rafa manages to find one, but does get down. 4v4 now. Alright, should just finish him off. 3v4 now. As last killer finds Danu as well. Keeps saying 4 now, but you know, we move on. 3v3 is Bombi finds 3 frag onto ICOC. 20 seconds remaining. Bombi very low HP. Diffuser not in hands of any of the attackers right now. Rombachi finds a double on the round. Coles holding the cross of the hallway forever in blue. Coles managed to find last killer on the cross. Swings it to come out. 1v2 now left up to Bombachi crunch it out. Quad kill to win it out. But with hardly any time left, it's too much pressure. He's managed to find one in the hallway. Triple kill, but he's got too many things to worry about. He's forced to go for the plant, and I think it's going to be Pretorian to clean up the round as forever. All he has to do is come and get it, and yes, he finishes it off. Well, he actually does finish it off, but he gets off the diffuser and keeps his KD safe and sound. And I mean, there goes the execute from Blue Jays. It was good at the start, but then it just crumbled. You had that swing from Rafa, which took out Thermite. Diffuser drops, and it all went downhill from there.
Yeah, I mean, they did manage to get some sort of refrag over into the side of Armory, but yeah, it kind of didn't work out. I mean, the time was a bit of a nuisance right there. I mean, the time limit does come down to you, and that's what's it's kind of annoying to do deals in attacker, because you don't just have 10 minutes to, you know, take out everyone, but you have those 3 minutes and those 3 minutes alone. You have to play off of it or nothing. And then, well, once you get the diffuser, the defenders are the one that have a time limit. Once you get it planted down, that's fine. But, you know, up until then, you really have to worry, because if the defenders play really passively and hold their angles extremely good, even if you manage to kill some of them, if you're left with 3 seconds and there's like a 1v1 situation, you don't have much of a choice but go for plant, or either seek out the person who's probably hiding on the opposite side of the map. I mean, the guy could probably be like 3 floors above you just because he doesn't want you to kill him before you start planting. So, I mean, unless you got some X-ray or some super hacks on, I don't think you have much of a chance in that option. Although you probably have seen those moments where, you know, someone gets the diffuser down and they actually still manage to kill the person because of their cockiness, because of their, you know, really confident. That doesn't happen much. Has it ever happened, Squishy? Have you seen anything like it?
Yeah, I have. It was a complete whiff, right? The guy was staring him. There was like, he Yeah, there was 7 seconds left to plant the bomb. You know, he was just staring at it, and then he whiffs a shot, and then the
located
guy
by
comes up and
attackers.
knifes him. So,
Oh my god.
I know, it was great. Yeah, I don't think it was in Tantley game. I think it was in another league. But I have seen it happen for one time. But it was too much for me to handle. And just like Bombi, this kill was just too much to handle. Last killer falls on the sledge, and I mean, Bombi, 8 and 2 with 4 rounds to go on. He's still keeping his average of 2 kills a round, and this 4th round isn't even finished yet. God knows what he can do next.
Ooh, I mean, Bobby with quite a good opening kill. Of course, last killer right now, the sledge. A lot of fragging potential, good gun, but with the fragging grenades, that's what comes in clutch even more. I mean, even right here, it's kind of dangerous to just leave this ace a bit more alone. He can drone himself out, that's a good ability to do, that's a good availability you have as an attacker in Siege, but it's still quite dangerous. He's the only hard breacher
Attackers
you
have
right now
located a
have.
bomb.
He has the defusers. If he goes down, and everything could crumble. Just like with the thermite, I mean, it's all in his hands. That's why the hard supports are like, when playing with hard support, you're kind of playing the game protect the president at that point. It's like, it's that one thing that
He's got to
will
do the
make
dirty
you-
work.
Exactly. But yeah, I mean, the edge breaches are going down. Sorry, the nade's going through the smoke. The Yana does not care, but Birchie just fully savage. But I don't think the nade was delivered. Almost pre-fired, but of course, Richards isn't going down so quickly. And even more, I like this secure position for Maverick. He's securing no more, or actually being very safe about any flanks or C4 is coming from below. So that's, you know, even denying bombs or anything. And in the meanwhile, that's going to be the bandit getting taken off the board and back to a 4v4 situation. And the attackers seem to be now on a time limit. It's going to be all down to how these defenders hold their angles and work off of teamwork.
Close handoff has been Archie. Just finds the second kill in this round. Takes out Coles, which was a big fragger inside Oregon, but not quite recently on Clubhouse. But 3v4, 35 seconds left in RPT. No smokes in hand, but he has the diffuser. That's all he needs to go in. He gets jumped in, instantly caught out. As the 1v3 is now initiated, and 3 kills are lined up for Ferrer and Rafa. 1v3, last man in sight. Thumbs finds one. He's gonna think inside himself. Back up, I think. But no, he's just
It's on
gonna sit.
cooldown.
15 seconds
It's
remaining.
on cooldown. No, he gets himself back up. One's gonna be red stairs and Bombi, very low HP. Still very winnable. 1 red stairs, 1 rafters. Without the fusion hand, it doesn't look like this is gonna be quite winnable. Thumb's gonna go for the swing and gets absolutely smacked in the face with an M5900A1.
The smoke shotgun does actually quite hit different. I mean, it just sends you flying that one moment you get struck. It's like lightning from Zeus. But of course, the Finko is not able to endure it. And that's going to be Pretorian winning their 4th round against Blue Jays being on a 4-1 streak. And this is good. I mean, even if they lose, they're still at a point or a score advantage. They still have more than the opposite team before the role swap. And I mean, if they get to 5-1, they're going to be looking at themselves at quite a fancy, or just call it a very good situation. I'm not going to use any fancy words like extra, super docious, I don't know. I forgot
Defenders,
what the word
protect your
is.
bombs from
But
being
anyways,
defused by attackers.
yeah, we're going back to gym and still no castle. Although I do see the mirror. I'm liking the pick, you know. Not many teams, when they get the opportunity, let's say Mira and Valkyrie are to their availability. Let's say they're not bad. Not many teams actually use them. They just solely stick to their strategy. But I like that this team is going Mira, and well, maybe it's in their prime strategy, but still, very much. It's a very good operator in general. The second you see that death window, that
10 seconds
you call
to
it
go.
a Death Star at this point, you know a C4 is getting thrown into your face. You know you're gonna have that for
5 seconds
breakfast,
to go.
and it's quite strong. You know you need to pull out in time or just take it out
Attackers
the
are
window.
moving
It's
out to
nothing
locate a
else.
bomb and defuse
They
it.
can secure the window without a problem, unless if you know you just push into sight and destroy. But that's gonna be quite difficult. That's gonna be very difficult. That's why the mirror is deadly in the first place. The amount of rotation and availability it gives, it denies, it's just off the charts. It's completely different, and yeah, it's gonna be. We're gonna have to see how this ends. I mean, of course,
Mirror window as well.
oh, the back mirror window, right down.
Yeah, but he's got one more. I don't know what he's saving it for.
I probably to use it as a shield. I think he wants to play blitz.
Oh, don't tell me he's gonna hide in the corner. That would be very cool, because I know in gym, there's a spot where you can like pretty much
Yeah.
be very difficult to see, especially when like he's really intent to execute inside. There's one spot in gym, it's near like the rack where that stupid radio is, which you have to shoot at the start of every round. It's right there, and I think, but maybe he might put it in logistics later round. Maybe they say, oh, there's no mirror logistics, let's go push it ASAP. And then they look around the corner, they face check it, and boom, there is a mirror window right there. But on this round, Gone 6 managed to take that top red shield out, and Brabachi's able to follow up. But still the man close in cash on the hard breach, and I mean, I think Dano will do what I said. I think he might put the mirror under logistics, or he might just hide in the corner. You know, whatever he does, probably will go to good use. But I mean, Pretorian, they can go 5-1, and this is what they're mainly looking for. Blue Jays need to get this 4-2 split on the half, which will be such good, so good for the defensive siders. Do you see a trade coming out from Rafa and Brumbachi, which cleans up Blue Jays' problem in cash, and they have that cash control to themselves, and most likely going to look forward to take that construction to themselves as well, just to keep on adding on to it. But with Pretorian, with their lineup, they've got members close master door, they've got a member logistics, they're ready to hold that push in. They've got the head height as well. There's so much facing this side on Pretorian's defense, on this strap, on this hold. But Blue Jays, they're just gonna have to burst through it with their gun. You do have ICOP playing on those windows to stop the rotations, which we talked about. It's very good. And speaking of that, RPT managed to find Danu, probably with support of ICOP locking down the rotate. Stubbs finds out Coles. And 2v4 now initiated. Bumpy falls. I don't know who to, but he does fall. Brother left in the 1v4. I'm not saying it's unrealistic, but it's looking unrealistic. And yeah, it is very unrealistic. And Stubbs cleans it up as the 4-2 split finally goes out in favor of Pretorian Esports on the attack. But I mean, considering it's the defensive side of the map, there will be some power left in Blue Jays to burst through Pretorian on this defensive side for them. And considering, you know, they chose Clubhouse for a reason. Pretorian, very strong on Clubhouse, on attack, defense. Blue Jays, just like Oregon, had Pretorian had something better, now Blue Jays is their time to show that they have an inch. They have an inch more than, no, that sounds really, they're just a bit ahead of Pretorian, and that small amount can make a big difference. Sounds really weird, but
You got it to the point, and that's all that matters
Yeah.
at the end of the day. But I mean, I'm seeing a lot of repetitive things right now. Is Pretorian, which it was 1-1, then it was 2-1, and now it's 4-2. I mean, we're going back in history. We're going back to that Oregon game, and is it going to be, you know, 6-2 and then 6-5 and then 7-5? Let's hope that doesn't. Let's hope that history doesn't repeat itself. Because if it doesn't, this match would be worse than Amber Heard's current career. So I mean, that would be quite bad. But yeah, Pretorian are now on the attacking side.
El Bozo.
5 seconds to go.
El Bozo,
Wait,
that
what's the name? What's that gal name? What's that gal name in it?
Attackers are heading out to defuse a bomb.
Amber Heard. El Bozo, Amber Heard, NPC ratio.
NPC. You really
Didn't
have-
ask.
Oh my god.
Speaking of NPC, Coles is an NPC because he gets instantly shut down by Spawn Peak. High risk, high reward, and last killer gives it that high reward result. Very cool.
Holy. I mean, that's already a 4v5, and it's going to be Maverick taking out the boy. I mean, you still have the ace. You still have the buck with the hard breaches, but Maverick is always useful to have, right? Yeah, it's not like it takes him half of the match to even get one hatch open or anything like it, but still, I mean, Pretorian right now, we do see not the best at attack. I mean, their startup is most definitely not good, but they are starting to take things as quickly as possible. Even there's some recovery even after that. There's still some chance of recovery. They see the rotation, but they don't see any players. So, you know, maybe let's just hope they actually manage to take out everything. The Muse are coming in play, and this is where it gets difficult. This is where taking cash is going to be very difficult, as one kill comes in, but it gets instantly refrag, the SMG-11, and there's the one and only just backing off. He's tiptoeing back this site, not want to take it too much, you know, risks at his own hand. They're at the man advantage, and they want to keep it like it. Of course, we don't know, will this Mew just stay on, because it looks like he was retreating, but he's going to be stuck on top red, and if he plays close to it, he could be looking at quite a good situation, as of course the Jaeger will be taken out just as soon as the mute and forever with a double kill on his side, making the man advantage for the side of Pretorian, and it's looking quite good. I mean, there's a lot of ground covered. Still a minute and 20. That's enough. They can drone. They can start opening hatches, start opening walls, all that type of stuff. The preparation can be set, but it's the problem. Will Blue Jays allow it?
I mean, that is a big question, to be honest, but I mean, with both players playing on their mirror windows, Pretorian, I mean, they have what it takes to win this round. Obviously, Rafa has that thermite, extra thermic charge, which, without a shout of a doubt, maybe 99.999% of the chance that he will put it on Churchwall if he does get the chance, and if he is able to get it open, or maybe not, maybe he just goes for the classic armory job. But with Icon, without a C4, it is very open for Pretorian to drop this, and with all 3 members ready to push for this armory side, one will go through dirt, and there will be forever ready to push in. They're going to get the default plan down. And Blue Jays, they're not in a great position to do much. RPT does have some smoke grenades. He will go to very low HP, but the cone station just to get a bit of HP back. But I mean, 2 smokes is all they have to stop this plant. 17 seconds remaining. In a 2v3 scenario, Screen's going to come up forever. Vic gets hit to 50 HP. The drop now happens. Mirror window gets smashed, so the cover doesn't happen for Icon, but instantly shut down by Fred with the headshot. Now, 1v3, the Screen's going to come out from the hatch, and Danu finds RPT. I mean, high risk, high reward. That spawn peak, they gave them that high reward, but they didn't follow up from it.
Yeah, I mean, the Kalashnikov, the AK-12 hitting harder than ever. That ace is going to be getting the play of the game right there, and it's going to be going to 5-2. I mean, history's literally repeating itself. Am I not wrong? It's been 5-2. It's going to be 6-2, 6-5, and then 7-5. I'm just saying. I'm calling it. I don't want to... I'm not based towards any of the teams. I'm not going... telling which will win, but it seems like it will be going the same path as it did before. It's going to be taking the same route, the same checkpoints, I guess you could say, as, of course, I just noticed an operator that I love watching, but despise playing against. Indeed, it is going to be Frost. Oh, Frost, it's like, okay, you hear me out for a second. You want to be in a gunfight, you want to check a room. The next second, your legs are broken, your kneecaps are gone, and someone's teabagging you, and it's going to be the one and only Frost. So, yeah, Frost is quite deadly, unexpected, and once you realize it, it's already too late. She's silent but deadly. Call her a fire operator, whatever. But yeah, very tricky to play against.
10 seconds to
It's just that
insertion.
one task. It's an extra task you have to put in the back of your mind. You need
5
to
seconds
think
left before
of the
insertion.
Frost always. You already have the situation you're in. You have to analyze it. You have to, go in a gunfight, aim, all that type of stuff is already happening in your brain. But there's that little virus that comes into your brain. It's like, think of the Frost mat. It doesn't go in. You always leave that out. The only time you're thinking of a frost mat is when entering the window, but on random floors, or maybe even jumping over, shield, or when randomly on the floor, you just get your whole kneecap snapped off, and that's when it really sucks. That's when the feeling comes in, and you're like, oh, I just got frost.
Yeah, but also another thing, I think we haven't seen a castle either. I think the Frost has been implemented inside the castle because of that shield. If Frost does bring a shield, I mean, great util, especially when she used to have the 1.5 OP, seen in every 90% of, comp matches, especially on theme park, bank, culture, those kind of maps. Which when she had that 1.5 and it was really OP, and still without it, very good operated. You have that shotgun split rotate, you have the shield, and you have those frost traps. It's just another thing to think about on the attacker side. Just annoying, on everything, everywhere you're going to see, is there a frostmat here? Is there a frostmat? And then once you say, oh, there's not a frostmat, I've checked about 100 times, why would there be one here? That's where that frostmat is. And then I just think that's a bit of karma, especially with the frost gameplay we did obviously, and that's why we haven't seen the castle on this lineup, because I think, without a shield, facing at least one point with the mirror, it shuts on so many angles. But just to get that out of the way, Danu does fall as he hits 0.5 KD, as hasn't been killing as much as we saw on Oregon, but obviously Bombi does not disappoint. Does not disappoint, as he is very frightful with a 2 KD, and I mean, looking like 8 cuisine. Did I say that right? Cuisine?
Cuisine, yeah, pretty much.
Okay, cuisine. Push. That being said, Cole just want to refrag onto Brumbachi, and Bombi finds out thumb. 3v3 now. 1 minute left on the clock. Pretorian gonna have to go for this execute.
Oh god, I'm having hiccups. Okay, I hope they stopped. But yeah, 50 seconds down the drain. It's a 3v3 no man advantage, but the HP is there for the attacking side. Oh god, I'm really having hard hiccups.
fine. Do you want me to, like, carry on, or-
Yeah, please, I'm gonna get some water.
Alright. Alright, go get some water, big man. Alright, Rafa, just find RPT 3v2 now. Icock and Paparazzi left alive. 2 impacts and 1 C4. 2 big names on the side of Blue Jays Academy. They can do what they need to do. Swing comes out from Icock, takes out Coles. 2v2 now. Rafa put the diffuser on 50 HP. Bombi's gonna try and get that refrag, but no! Icock's there to fight back. 1v2 now. But the refrag's gonna come out again from Paparazzi. Rafa falls as it now goes to 5-3. Could this be what we saw on Oregon? I did hear the sound of someone leaving, and yes, it was Icock who left. It will be a timeout, I think, just so Icock can join back. A bit of time for Pretorian to think, and a bit of time for Blue Jays to think. But after that round, it looked like Blue Jays is going to keep on going forward and forward. But I mean, route to restart yet. The restart, I don't think it will actually be long enough. I don't know if the router will be able to restart time. I think actually you spelled it wrong because it is router. I do believe router restart. I don't think it's router. But yeah, I don't think he actually might have enough time to even join back. 30 seconds left. I mean, he might just technical pause. Right, he won't be using his tactics timeout. I don't think. I think this is just a different reasoning. Is that right, Trippin? All right. So it's not really a type of timer, but consider they can't even make. I think they have to type in chat if they want a tactical timeout. Because they've already used theirs up and they can't use it again. And I think the timer will be paused for this technical timeout. And I think till now, you'll be seeing our lovely faces once more as Icock loads himself back up into the lobby. But I mean, from that round, Bob, while you were sorting your throat out and your mouth and all those organs and
Do you have to phrase it like that? My mouth? I was sorting my mouth out. All right, ladies and gentlemen, going into a bit of a kinky mood, are we? Yeah, while I was sorting out my hiccups, as they're called in English, I
Oi.
see that Blue Jays have gotten themselves to a 5-3 score, not too bad, and it seems like we're not going completely after history. Blue Jays may still have a chance at winning this, as before, it was just 6-2, which was kind of, I won't say depressing, but it was something to say the least.
yeah, it was a long shot for Blue Jays to really come back, and they did come back for 1 round, or at the end 2-round deficit. But obviously, I mean, what you saw from last round was just been Bob. And you had that Icock being Mira, right? Absolutely fragging out. He took the left angle. He took the right angle on logistics. He found the other, switched through the rotate, got the left angle, killed another, and just easily cleaned that up. And I mean, really utilizing the utility which they brought. And obviously, all teams utilize the utility, but they don't utilize all of it, and that's what we've seen from Blue Jays, especially on the defensive side. Every single no
Defenders,
impact
protect
has
your
left,
bombs from being
no
defused by
C4 is
attackers.
left. Actually, I think there was 1 C4 left. I actually don't know, but like 90% of that utility is always being used up, and there's nothing less for Blue Jays to give until it comes down to the gunfight. But obviously, match point will be the round if Pretorian do win this out. And last time we saw this church, Pretorian won it very safe and sound, going for that armory take where no one was left back armory to hold it there. But obviously, they can try once more, and that's what they're going to be doing. So we haven't seen the CC cache being played out once. As I think now, with the new meta, many teams just know how to attack it, and it's just a simple attack. But I do have a feeling if we get to overtime, one team might go CC cache and just go absolutely bonkers, like Xbox vibe R6. You know what I'm saying?
I get you. But to be honest, the Pretorian win this. The mistake they've always had is they went to the same site on defense when it was like 6-2, 6-3, 6 X. Like, they were at the point of where they could have won, but they kept on going to the same site. Now this won't be able to happen because they're on the attacking side. So if they go 6-3 and they actually manage to go to the point of 6-3, let's say, or 6-4, the point they can't really mess up like they did in the, let's say, previous mentions by good old, just good old history in general. I mean, it almost happened for the second time from what I realized, but yeah, Thumbs right now, I think he's chillaxing upstairs. He wants to, you know, not give too much ground too easily, but they're actually just ignoring him. I mean, Bombi already going into a bit of damage, and the attacking side is just ignoring any type of verticality, any type of roam. You know, Thumbs was just hoping to get into a gunfight, but he was kind of left out of the action.
A
And
bomb
of
has
course,
been located.
so was our good old Brumbarchi. I'm
Bachi?
Brumbarchi. Yes, I'm
Brum, brum,
butchering that.
brum,
Attackers have located a bomb.
Formula One. Well, Formula One. There we go. 1 minute
Yeah.
30, and
Ooh.
it's going to be a double kill on the C4. Oh,
Absolute annihilation for Icon, but no, Rafa gets his vengeance, but Thumbs does the exact same also. But actually, the aggression coming out from Pretorian comes out of nowhere. Cole managed to find two and Bombi down onto it. It's gone from a 3v5 out of absolute nowhere. I've been shocked here. Stunned. And now Brumbarchi left in the 1v2. Match point on the line. I mean, it was out of nowhere. It was Icon going insane. But now it's Pretorian 24/7. Brumbarchi always tried to fire once the Koi peak comes out. You talked about this long gunfire one tap. We might just be able to see it. But with Bombi getting that plant down, it's going to be a difficult one for Brumbarchi to get the retake. 40 seconds left, but mainly 30 because he needs that 7 to get that defuse off. And I mean, too many angles. He's got one blue hallway, long blue. But he's got one close, a B2, I believe, box 2. It's going to be a tough one to win this one out as the diffuser is such an open place. Too many holes to think about, and Coles finishes it off. And I mean, I got sending the round to a 3v5, but the instant drop, dirt running in. Drop from kitchen, sprinting into sight, and the round all goes Pretorian in just 10 seconds.
yeah, there might have been a double kill from the C4 right there, but it was not quite enough to finish off Pretorian smooth. They kept it going. They kept on the steamroll. It was just call it a rape train, whatever you want to call it. But of course, it kept on going. It was not stopped one after another. And well, don't we have an interesting side here, Trippin? We're going to be having a bit of a game crash from the side of production, or not. Will it be continuing? It actually will. We will not be having a game crash. Very
I'm
great.
confused.
Well, Trippin went, me and Trippin both expected a game crash. Even in the Twitch chat, you can see it happening, but I guess not. I'm not complaining. Less time for me to melt in this god-forbidden suit. Less time for me to become melted ice cream, you know, all that type of stuff. But yeah, we're gonna be going TC and cash. One of the now one of the rarest sites to ever see. I mean, normally competitive, even bar is sometimes more of a consideration because okay, it is very easily accessible, but it's also very easily defendable. It's not much verticality to it. There is some verticality to go off of, but it's not as much as, let's say, CC, you know, because you can get one second you can be damage tricking, the other second you can be blown to smithereens by a grenade from below, or even a Zofia, Ash, whatever you use. But yeah.
Or, in ranked, people who spin around 360 and 24/7 and wallbang you because R6 is full of cheaters.
No,
Do
but
something,
just
Ubisoft.
better gaming chairs.
Yeah, they just
Not
got better
cheaters.
gaming chair.
Exactly.
And then, like, in the chat, there'd be link to gaming chair.
Located.
But obviously, all the run out comes out from Thumbs, and I mean, Pretorian. It looks like this map is all theirs. It looks like the grand final. It's all theirs, as you know. Winning this round puts them into the grand final against MS, and that would be a good game to see. But I mean, BLUEJAYS Academy, they're not. They are the academy, but it doesn't matter. They can still bring a lot of frag potential into the 3 rounds. They need to win on this defense, but it's looking like a bit difficult. Icon will be the first to fight back, takes up Bombi. That 11-kill big fragger is off the board for this round. 3 rounds they need to win, but they gotta focus about this one, nothing else. Rafa will be hopefully getting that breach open. Maybe the breach open slowed down a bit, but with Coles with the nade, sure in no time, yeah, he's pinging it. All he wants is that nade to be open. Cole will go beneath and get that, unless he doesn't mess up the grenade. No, he gets that perfectly. Ipok, just beneath 50 HP with the 3v4 now, 1 minute 25 left. It's looking like Pretorian are going to slowly close in onto BLUEJAYS because they're all stuck in sight. There might be one rafters, there might be one red, and there might be one inside. That's all Pretorian have to worry about. But for Pretorian, they've got 3 construction side and 1 main breach. Rafa has the diffuser. So Danu, he is a hard support in this mode, soft support, knowing that ace. That's a hard breacher. But without diffuser, he can fry out with that AK-12 and he knows how to use it. We've seen him do it before in previous games. Why can't he do it once more? 55 seconds left, no smoke grenades, nothing in the hands of Blue Jays. All utility being burnt out and it's all left to this. Push is going to come in soon. But I mean, Pretorian, all they have to do is get the plant down. And yes, exactly what they're going to do. Icon will be close so he can swing the win if necessary. And yes, he's exactly going to do that. Icon finds a double on the round but instantly refrag as RPT falls into Coles. The shotgun comes out. Coles, Icon with the triple kill, sorry. Now the 2v2. Blue Jays, they have this diffuser in hand, but Icon extremely low HP. Diffuser will be on site. Will be pushing construction. No cone station around him as Icon is going to be pinched from too many angles. From Brombachi will have to go for the cover. Swing comes out, but no, shut down by Forever. Icon falls. Brombachi left in the 1v2. One on the picture cover. He's going to have to go for the swing out. He does find it. 1v1 now. Forever has that plant down. He's going to go straight back out that window. All he has to do is place that post plant. Brombachi hits the match. He's going to go straight for that diffuser. Swing's going to come out, but no, Forever. All he has to do is do this waiting game. Swing comes out, but no, Forever. They get the trade off, and with the diffuser down, Pretorian win it out. The grand finals, straight to their email inbox, will be theirs. And I mean, it was so close. The trade was there. The one tap from both players. I mean, what the hell happened there? I mean, props to Bombi with his absolute fracking potential all the way out from start of Oregon to the end of Clubhouse. 11 kills and Forever to finish off with 10. I mean, Icon from Brachi, man, they did their best. It was 2 of them left alive. I mean, Icon dropping 3 kills in the last round. But I mean, even your shots itself, that trade came out. If only that bomb wasn't down, it would have had Blue Jays Academy name all over it. And I mean, whew, considering it was Clubhouse, Pretorian just had the upper hand by 4 rounds, obviously at the end, but we want to say 3 rounds because it was a match point just then. I mean, whew, don't you get that often? I mean, I'm looking at scoreboard. Jeez, Icon really did pull through for his team, but I mean, on the other side, Bombi, no matter what map it's on, he's getting kills left, right, and center. Obviously, props to both the teams, but grand finals, Machine Soldiers facing off against Pretorian, man. Pretorian, I mean, that's gonna be a game, as this one is just being finished. I don't know if we get an interview, but I mean, gee whiz, hopefully my camera can focus. Oh my god, I'm done.
I'm
This
shell
is not-
shocked. Whoa.
It's just
I mean, you don't oftenly see a trade for
No.
the grand finals to get into them and to finish off with a 2-0 score. That is not. You do not see a final blow being a trade kill out of all things. I mean, the Wamai was really close to clutching it up, but just not close enough. Not close enough, sadly, and that was going to be the Buxlow uprising we had there. I mean, a lot of sick plays. We had the round 2 in Oregon, not even 20 minutes in, and we already had an ace from the Twitch F2, absolutely amazing. We also have quite a few flawless rounds. I mean, I think the most memorable is how much flip switches we had on the side of Pretorian. I mean, there were some
so
moments
many.
for Blue Jays as well. Don't get me wrong. They played extremely well. They fought. They were also very close to getting a comeback, a very good one at that. But the amount of times Pretorian just decided, nope, we're gonna become gods now, and just decide to get a 5 kill, a quad kill, a triple kill, whatever you want to kill, whatever you want to get. Don't listen to that. That was a mistake. Do not kill whatever you want to kill. Whatever you want
Let's
to
go
do.
kill.
Just don't listen to him. But yeah, it's in an instant. The turns have been
I
tabled.
mean,
Absolutely menacing.
especially that one round on the Clubhouse. Icon, double C4. Oh my god, man, oh my god, insane, you know. And then boom, 3 members of Pretorian come running in. One hatch, one more follows from main stairs, goes into back armory. The other one from dirt, bish bash bosh. 3 members lined up, and an easy post plant scenario. I don't know if we'll be getting an interview. I don't know if we will. We won't be getting it. Very depressing. But I think on that note, props to both teams. Obviously, I love Blue Jays. I mean, I do. I played rank with a couple of them. They're great guys, but I mean, they just didn't give enough. And I mean, Pretorian, they're just considering their performance in Major League, it's not much of a surprise as they'll be facing off against Machine Soldiers. And for that game, it'll be exact same time, best of 5, and hopefully it doesn't finish in 3 maps. Because I do love to see. Obviously, it takes a long time, but I mean, when it's hyped up, when there's loads of clutch moments like this, like we saw in Clubhouse, the time it just flies. And 5 maps, I would love to see it. But for that one, Machine Soldiers and Pretorian Esports, it will be me and Pyrocast that one. But yeah, man, I mean, an insane game we saw today. Jeez.
It's off the charts. You don't see
Boom.
many like this. I mean, they made the most basic maps into one of the most
Oh, yeah.
exciting games
Yeah.
to be ever seen.
Yeah, man.
Played
That's what you
with
just
their
love Super 6. Rainbow Six Siege is such a Papega game. It's just
Pega
like
game.
it's such a Papega game. I have to be honest. I mean, no matter what the scenario is, if it's like some copper facing off against some some tier 1 team, it still be really exciting somehow. No matter how basic or how exciting it is, it always gets better. But I think without an interview, and I mean with the performance you've seen today, I mean, obviously it's just the grand finals to wait and see,
Yeah.
which is
Indeed,
Friday,
it
not
is
tomorrow.
Friday. You will have to see it. It's going to be even more exciting than this, but I think that will be putting us up to an end. Although, still, thank you to all the background workers and the directors, producers, Trip, and all that. Thank you, Squishy, for joining us all
Thank you.
today, and not letting me solo cast and be depressed here, and and even
Obviously,
taking over when I was having hiccups,
Yeah.
not sorting my mouth out
Mouth
like this.
problems.
And let's keep that in the corner. We don't speak of that moment. But yes, thank you all for tuning in, and we hope to see you on the grand finals in Friday. This has been your boy Bob and Squishy, and we'll be signing off. Bye bye.